Okay, so what we've been doing is code words. And code words we've been using in the workshop so far are, we've been using this one, drum. We've been using this one, Tarzan. And we've been using this one, alligator. And we use these to be able to hear rhythms. For you people who are new tonight, just hang in there. It may not make a lot of sense at first, but we old pros here will just kind of show you how it works, and then what happens is here we'll get into it. Turns out if you want to really hear rhythms, the way that they're traditionally taught is they're taught by counting and counting things out, 1, 2, 3, or 1 eana, 2 eana, 3, and nobody does that kind of math in their head. And it's okay to sort of figure something out and figure out how to read music that way, but when you actually go to play it, you need to play it with a groove. You need to play things from your heart. They need to have some emotion. And if you play things with emotion, nothing goes that rhythmically perfect. So dividing things into fractions and figuring that out is okay for the intellectual part, but it really doesn't help you in terms of playing the rhythms. And it doesn't really help you in reading the rhythms that much on the fly, and it really doesn't help you hear anything. Okay? So this idea called code words, in which we take words that have a certain number of syllables, and we break up every beat into either 1 syllable, 2 syllables, or 4 syllables, and then we work on combinations of those things, and we get used to seeing what it looks like. So our eyeball recognizes, and what happens is you can almost instantaneously actually hear and write and dictate music. It's a kind of interesting thing. And then what we do is each week we complicate it, and it gets a little bit more and more complicated each week. So we start with these basic ones because they're 2 to 1. This happens in 1 beat, and if it's 1 beat per second, then it would be drum, 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 drum. And here we get 2 syllables in the same time value. Tarzan, 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 Tarzan. And here we can get 4 syllables in the same amount of time. Alligator, 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 alligator. A way to represent this visually is, if you just take your hand and tap your thigh like this, that's the basic beat. Drum, 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 drum. Don't speed up. Drum. You'll see why, because later when we get to these faster things, you won't be able to do it. Drum, 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 drum. Now a word like Tarzan, you've got 1 syllable on the downbeat and 1 syllable on the upbeat. So it'd be Tarzan, Tarzan. So you put your hand up there, downbeat, upbeat, Tarzan, Tarzan. Now I can say drum, 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 Tarzan, 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 angel, Tarzan, drum, 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 Tarzan, 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 drum, 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 Tarzan, Tarzan. Okay, you got it so far. Now here's the other thing. Now some people, when they see this, they go, well, yeah, it's okay, it sounds all right, but it's not accurate, because you have 2 syllables on the downbeat, Al-la, and 2 syllables on the upbeat, and we want to preserve this downbeat and upbeat. So once my hand starts going like this, it's like the windshield wiper on a car. It never stops, okay? And I can go, alligator, alligator, Tarzan, Tarzan, alligator, alligator, Tarzan, Tarzan, alligator. Drum, drum, Tarzan, 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 alligator, 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 Tarzan, 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 alligator. Tarzan, Tarzan, drum, drum, alligator, alligator, drum, drum, alligator, alligator, Tarzan. Got it? Get how it works? So you have a downbeat, you have an upbeat, and in this case we have 2 syllables on the downbeat, 2 on the upbeat. That's why we do that funny little thing. Now, everybody just listen and watch and see if you can figure out what code word I'm doing. You can pretty much just look and see which one of these code words. Also, you notice you can hear them. Okay? Now, we've been doing a lot of work with these, and a lot of the people who've been in the workshop for a while know these, and since half the people here today are new, that's why we're going over this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, and in music, we usually have 4 beats to what we call a measure. And I'm going to take any one of these code words and replace them with one of those slashes. And then I want you to tell me what you heard. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. What did you hear?
Drum.
Tarzan, Tarzan, drum. Okay? Now, I'm going to do it twice for you new people, and then I want you to repeat it to me. Okay?
Tarzan, Tarzan,
Alligator, Tarzan. Okay. Drum, Tarzan, alligator, drum. Drum, Tarzan, alligator, drum. Okay. Tarzan, alligator, Tarzan.
drum,
Alligator, alligator, drum. Drum, alligator, alligator, drum. Drum, alligator, Tarzan, Tarzan. Drum, alligator, Tarzan. So you see how this is working? And it's almost instantaneous. Most of you who are brand new probably hear these things. And you older people, I expect you do. Now, if I want to write something, all I have to do is, say I'm listening to somebody, say you guys have to dictate. The simplest thing in the world is to draw the stems and not the little dots. The dots of these things take so much time to draw. So if you're actually hearing something in real time and you want to notate it or dictate it, the thing to do is to draw out the stems and just kind of remember. So let's say I'm getting something like ba 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 bum bum ba 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 bum ba 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 bum bum ba 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 bum. What I can do is with the tip of the pen actually tap out that rhythm while I'm drawing the stems like this. Did you hear that? Let me do that again. And then go like this. Alligator, Tarzan, alligator, drum. Now, just like a doctor's handwriting, we've got a really lousy looking thing, but you see I was able to draw that rhythm out in real time. And I draw it out in real time by listening to the tip of the pen. I actually perform the rhythm on the piece of paper with slashes, and then go back and go, oh, it sounds like, and then draw the symbol. Okay? And this is something that you can, if you practice. Now, a lot of people just don't want to pick up a piece of paper and write, you know? Well, that's dumb, you know? If you didn't learn to write and you didn't learn to read, when you walk into a grocery store, you'd have to buy everything by the picture on the box. And if the new hero of the month on the Wheaties box gets changed, you'd be lost. You'd have to learn who the new hero is this week, right? So in music, we teach people to read music. We teach them to play it, but we don't teach them to write it. And what you have to do in order to learn to write it, music is get a pencil and paper and actually write it down. The process of doing it makes it happen. And this is the fastest way I know of being able to be successful at doing this. Now, this time, I'm going to tap out a rhythm, and then I'm going to write it down, okay? So I go like this. Did you hear it? Let me do it again. Do it again. So I actually heard the rhythm, right? Now I know that it's Tarzan, alligator, 2 bars, alligator, drum. And And you see I've just written the rhythm.